Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So another what sold video. Just to get started, I will say that this was a slow week, and it's because in the middle of the week from probably about Wednesday to right into Saturday, I'm assuming other people were experiencing this because I was. It's not an excuse, I think it's a valid reason. The app was just dead. You just couldn't do anything. Like, I was having a hard time even revising listings. It would just spiral and spiral and spiral and time out, nothing would happen. I'm assuming other people found issues with that as well and had a hard time on eBay this last week, because then as soon as things started working really well on Sunday, sales started just flooding in and I had a really good start to the week. So I'm going to assume that that was part of the issue, but again, it is January, end of January, and people are probably out of their Christmas money by now. So there's maybe a couple of different things going on, but I just felt like that was worth mentioning because it was a very noticeable issue and I could barely even send out offers during that time at all. But in any case, we'll get started. If you hear any clickety clack of dogs walking in the background, I'm currently dog sitting as one of my other little side hustles, so trying to keep their noise to the minimum. But in any case, we'll start off with eBay sales. First up is this pair of Area jeans. These are the M4 low-rise boot cut. These were in a 34, and I sold these for 30 plus shipping. Next is this order of 2 of these Athleta Sundown sweatshirts. So I'd actually found 4 of these in the same shop one time when I was out thrifting. I grabbed all 4, of course. These 2 went to the same buyer for $38 in total. Sold them for $19 a piece, took offers and combined the shipping on that. So that was good. Got a funny story about that one. This person messaged me. Unfortunately, they thought that I had sent them sweatpants instead of the sweater, but if you look at tracking, this order hasn't actually even reached them yet, so they were just looking at the wrong thing. It happens. All right, next up is this book, just a cheap little book here, $8. It was a So Long and Thanks for All the Fish by Douglas Adams. I've had this for a while. I was happy just to get rid of it. Next up, this is the sale that basically made the week for me. So these are the manga novels that I picked up in a recent thrift haul when we went out for that entire day, and I showed kind of the day in the life video. So these, I did have a buy cost of $20.36 for the 6 of them, but they sold for $120. So that was nice, and really, that was where most of my profit for the week came from, if I'm being honest. All right, next up we got this new with tags J. Jill pink berry merino wool long sleeve pullover in a size small. Sold that for $27.91 plus shipping. I had a canceled order, so I'll just skip that. All right, next up, this And One camo basketball shorts. These were in a 3XL, and I've had these for a long time. It's out of season. I'm just trying to clear some of my old inventory, so I sold those for 10 bucks. And then we got these LL Bean Favorite Fit flannel lined pants. Sold these for $19.19. So pants are on, well, actually today as I'm filming this, which is the 31st, is the last day of the sale, but pants and athletic wear I had on sale for the month of January. So some of the pants you'll see are going for a little bit less than maybe they normally would, but I'm just trying to drum up regular sales, and I don't mind making a little bit less profit but selling more items. So yeah, sold those for $19.19. And keeping in mind, my average buy cost is around $6 to $6.50. Then sold this vintage 90s Reebok windbreaker for $23.99. I've had this for quite a while as well, but that was pretty cool. And then this was an item that I had kind of taken a chance on, so I had talked about this in a recent haul video. Faded Glory is not a brand I would typically pick up, but this was a 1X leopard print puffer coat. It was in really nice condition, and it only cost me $5, so I figured it was worth giving it a shot, and I did sell it for $30 plus shipping. So nice little return on investment there. And okay, that was it for eBay orders. Like I said, there wasn't all that much this week at all. Just opening up my phone here, and I'll talk about the Poshmark orders that I had this week. Bring those sales up. Okay, so first up are these Lucky brand. These are the Brook Skinny corduroy pants. I sold these for $16. I took an offer on that. Next up, this lot of 2 LL Bean button-down shirts, and these were in a medium, a men's medium trim fit. So, you know, LL Bean kind of shirts like this don't really have a whole lot of value, but lotting them up, I think is a good way to do that. Like lotting them up in a pair of 2 or 3, because then that buyer is amortizing that shipping cost over 2 or 3 units. It makes it a little bit more appealing for them. So, you know, not a whole lot of profit here, but sold them for 24 bucks. It's all good. Next was this Athleta Belvedere quilted kind of asymmetrical side zip jacket thing. I sold this for $31. I've had this for a little while, but actually surprisingly not that long. It's a unique piece, but I figured the right buyer was gonna have to come along. And honestly, I kind of felt I'd probably only get like 20 or 25 for it. I'm happy with 31, of course. Next up, Sorel, great brand. These are the Omni Shield lined waterproof like snow pants. So I sold these for 44. That was a really nice sale. I think they cost me like $5. And then this LL Bean yellow full zip kind of fleece jacket. Not a real heavy jacket, but this sold for 22. And then this Rockaware Y2K kind of military style, sort of, you know, that olive color, khaki with an ankle zip. It's just kind of a real throwback to that Y2K era. I don't think these were actually vintage, so I didn't put vintage in the title, but they definitely had that look. And I sold these for $33. So really not bad at all. So that was it for the sales this week. It really wasn't, you know, big numbers. Overall, actually, sales were just over $500 for the week, 50109. And because there were a few kind of lower priced items in there, profit was not great this week. Net profit after all the fees and shipping costs and all the rest, and my cost of goods backed out, was $226.55. So my margin was quite a bit lower. Last week it was 59.9%. And this week my margin was only 45.2%. But had a couple of decent sales in there that really pulled the week through. And I do think that the app issues, the eBay app issues, played a pretty significant role. Because like I say, as soon as Sunday rolled around and everything was working well, I've got 5 items that rolled in really quickly on eBay and a couple of sales on Poshmark as well. So I'm filming this on a Tuesday and I've already got 7 sales between the 3 days, and I barely had any sales at all for about 4 days straight last week, except for a couple on Poshmark. So yeah, numbers are down, profits down, but you know what? Another reason why I think everything is down, and I'll be the first to admit this, is that I have not been feeding the algorithm machine this last week. If you saw my last video about my shipping costs and things, I talked about the fact that I didn't have a thrift haul video because I have been focusing on a different thing. I recently rented a little storage unit. It's a small little space, but it's very close to home and it's cheap. And so I've been setting that up, and we've been moving our inventory system over, so like listing everything. I'm doing a very similar setup to Kaylee Elaine. She's talked about her inventory system, so everything goes in a bag, it's numbered. It goes in a box, and that custom SKU is box number and bag number for my listings. So it makes it really easy and quick just to go and pull that, which is great. But because I've been spending a lot of time on that and getting organized and you know, just set up, I haven't been doing a lot of listings. So not feeding that algorithm definitely makes a difference. So I will take some responsibility, even though the eBay app has clearly sucked this last week. But we're back on track. It was still a really good month. So, I mean, yeah, I think my numbers for January were somewhere around $1,300 in net profit. I mean, that's really good considering I'm just using this to supplement my salary, and I don't put a ton of time in per week, you know, a lot more this last week just because I've been doing the whole setting up the storage unit thing. But my net profit per hour worked on this is still really nice. Like, it's more than I'm actually making at my day job. So no complaints there. I will take it. And yeah, just onward and upward. I'm thinking that February is probably going to be very similar to January. I think the numbers will be about the same. But we'll see, and I will keep you guys posted, obviously. So yeah, there we go. $500 in sales, low week, kind of low margin, but not complaining. I'll take it. Onwards and upwards, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.